Oh, now. There we go. Okay. Welcome back, everybody. Just having some recording issues. This is a bit of a recap episode. As you can see, we are clearly not on Gold, which is where the last episode left off of. I'm here with PB and Drac. And I have a little bit of a recap to go through. There's not too much. I probably did about an hour of what I like to call busy work gaming. Meaning there's not, you don't really do much. You just kind of, I was hopping between planets. And here's what I did. Liam plans this movie night. Most people have probably seen it on YouTube in some capacity already.
There will always be places like this.
Is there anything
Doesn't
here?
matter what.
And it kind of takes time to get. You have to visit multiple planets to. You got to go to the Nexus, download the a movie database of sorts. Then you go to Aya to pick up some flowers, I guess, for some reason. I think Suvi makes some kind of special alcoholic drink out of it. I don't know yet. I also went back and I swung back to the Nexus to do a PB's project progress. Alliteration, yay! And she effectively unlocked the Remnant VI again, although I had it in the beginning of the game. Because this is the new game plus, in case you didn't catch that. It's in the tech tree, Remnant VI, so yeah. I have it already. It's all good. It's useful. Now, you notice I am in Kadara, if you're familiar. This is the exile town. It's actually got a top place that I kind of didn't record because, quite frankly, there's not a lot of content in Kadara, and not in the city itself. There's plenty to do on the planet, and we're not outside yet. That's fine. It's just mostly talking. There's some Angaran murders that I'm going to be covering. And there's some power struggles.
Think it will scar?
Here's one of them, actually.
You look well enough. My patients are usually leaking from somewhere.
I actually have my own doctor. Name's Ryder. I'm a pathfinder.
One survived. Could have used you when we got to Helios. Dr. Ryota Nakamoto. I used to work as the outcast's physician. Quit after Sloan turned what should have been a medical breakthrough into a drug.
She's a criminal. What did you expect?
She wasn't always like this. Life since the Nexus, it's changed all of us.
Whoa.
When we arrived on Kadara, I found a local string of bacteria that shares properties with penicillin.
Sorry. I need to figure out what popped
Quite
up
the
there.
find.
It was, until I discovered the drug is
see
addictive
anything
and induces
new.
hallucinations in large doses. I took my concerns to
That was
Sloan.
weird.
All she saw was an opportunity to
I'm not
make
talking,
profit.
I'm just letting this
Called the
dialogue
drug
right out.
Oblivion.
This is basically a sort
But
one of those like
beyond
very
stealing back
subtle
my
morale
formulas, there's no way to
choices.
stop her.
Or moral choices, not morale.
All that would
Where
do is piss off
the
Sloan.
situation isn't
I
completely
don't give a
clear,
damn
and you've
how
got to
she
make a
feels.
choice depending
People
on
are
what
dying,
the
and it's
incomplete
because of
information.
my work. I hate to ask you this, but the formula's in my old lab. Maybe you could
Basically,
get it
he
back.
made a drug that was
I
supposed
can't
to
fight.
save lives, but
Otherwise
instead it
I'd
got
do it
turned into
myself.
an addictive substance.
promises, but
He
I'll
had a
see what I can
partner,
do.
which you find, and then it's an Asari, and she tries saying, no, we were partners in the drug trade, that we both used it, and you go back to him, and you can choose to whether to give him the formula, or don't give it to him based on the information that the Asari gave you, and it's incomplete, and the first time I sided with the Asari for no real reason, I'm gonna side with him this time.
Over here.
Ooh, black market dealer.
No discounts. Refunds negotiable.
And she just has consumables. Okay, not much of a black market. But, yeah, I'm gonna side with him because, see, he's a little more credible to me. Because, one, he's in the slums. Like, he's not actually with Sloan and on the upside right now.
How toxic can it be?
Secondly, he's actually with a patient, so he's actually treating somebody, so that gives him a little bit more credibility as far as I'm concerned. Uranium! Oh,
Ow,
you're
shit! Okay, don't touch that.
Uranium is important for higher level stuff. Or certain crafting. But yeah, that's really all the recap I've got, so that's a few minutes and I've gone nowhere. Well, I've done a conversation, so I'm going to be talking to Reyes. Vidal.
Music? Dancing? Booze? Hell yes.
Better to call later. I'm drinking. And leave the bottle. Ryder, glad you're here.
He's actually a
I'm
potential
sure you've heard about
romance
the murders.
option for, I think,
There's
both
a fresh body outside
genders.
Crawla's. Some of the locals say it's
Or rather,
the
the two
charlatan's
genders that are
handiwork.
presented here.
I don't buy it. The charlatan is discreet, careful. Whoever did this wanted the bodies found.
Making a statement.
But to who?
These deaths could just be the result of living in a pirate-run town.
The killings are too systematic. No. If I was the betting man, and I am, I'd say it was the Rokar.
Why would a Rokar be in Kadara port?
It's Angaran built, and before Sloan, Angaran run. I think the Rokar came here looking for new recruits, and things got out of hand.
Feels like a stretch.
The Resistance said the same. If only I had the proper equipment to get the proof I need.
Guessing that's where I come in.
I need that fancy AI of yours to scan for evidence that could implicate the Rokar. People are scared, Ryder. This is your opportunity to win friends in Kadara
So you can
Port.
flirt with him, so. So I'm a detective now.
Looks like I'm adding detective to my growing list of titles.
Detectives find things, and you're...
A Pathfinder. Yeah, I got it.
One of the crime scenes isn't far. Give me a call when you get there.
Oh, hey, settle down there, buddy. Okay. Alright, and one more thing. One more little filler quest, essentially. Oh, yeah, there he is.
My, look who's crossed my path. Pathfinder Ryder. Remember me? The innocent man you
You're
exiled?
not innocent, though.
Nilk and Rensis. So you found your way to
You
Kadara.
wanted to shoot your
Not many
your
places
boss.
Mariette and I could have ended up. Other than dead, of course.
So your wife stuck by you.
Surprised? I told her the truth. She struggled with it. That day on Eos, I did what was necessary to survive. Mariette sees that. Turns out this life suits us. There's freedom in living by your wits. And we've had to rely on each other completely.
So you still stand by your actions. No lesson was learned.
Oh, I learned a lot. Just maybe not what you wanted. I suppose I should thank you. So thank you, Pathfinder. I'll give Mariette your best.
I wonder if he'll crop back up in the future games. I'm curious about that.
Want to make
I think I
some
mentioned
credits?
in previous videos
Only if it's legal.
Of course.
that
As you
if
may
you
know,
choose
Kadara's
to
most
keep him in
valuable
jail,
trade is
or no,
scrapping
you can
resources
release him or
stolen from the
exile him.
Nexus.
If you release him,
But that well's running dry.
then
I'm
he
not
lives
stealing
on the
from you.
Nexus and everybody
Not
hates
my
him
goal.
and he's
My focus is
miserable and his
resources
wife
native to
divorces him
Andromeda.
essentially. If you
I
exile
have
him,
good
that
authority. There's a
happens.
large
They
barrack
actually
closet
leave
Andromeda.
together and come here
Barrack's
and
going to
he's
be
apparently
big.
having a better life.
You don't
But
say.
probably as a
I
more
sent a surveyor to
witty
check that,
criminal,
but he hasn't
so
returned.
that might
All
turn
I
into
need from you is
something
peace of mind.
irritating later down the line.
If I'm in the area, I'll take a look.
You'll be paid for the trouble.
Whoop. Alright. Now we can actually play. And this is the same day that Heroes of the Storm 2.0 I think gets launched for the Battle.net games. So I will not be doing a full set of recordings today. I'll be doing a few.
What do you
but
know about the situation
Some
out there?
around 3 o'clock today.
You might say I'm bored
It's
of the Badlands.
1 o'clock right
It's
now,
not
so
a place for tourists.
I'll do a few
Tough
videos,
walls.
but I'm gonna break off to do some of that.
What does tough look like?
A graveyard of people who are either dead or soon.
Yeah, he just tells you about the Badlands. That they're rough.
Yeah. So have at it. Knock. Well, shit. That's never happened before.
Not here to point.
Apparently, that one ties into a quest, another filler quest,
Automated protocols activated.
where
Deploying
apparently
forward
somebody did
station.
pay their protection fees and got kicked out anyway, and their brother once her found.
No.
Mining zones have been added to your nav system, Pathfinder.
All right, Sam. Show me what we've got.
Kadara's water is dense with sulfide minerals, the oxidation of which produces toxic streams and lakes.
So, no skinny dipping?
No dipping at all, Pathfinder. Even the Nomad's shields cannot withstand the water's corrosive properties. The presence
As
of
usual,
monoliths
I'd be
suggests
concentrating on the
vault that might
monoliths
reduce the
first, which
acidity.
reminds me I need to pull
However,
up
outlaws, pirates, and
Remnant
other unsavory
decryption
exiles
guides. I'll
inhabit
do
Kadaris
that in the
hills.
between
The
episodes.
further you travel
This one's
from
got
the
a few more
mountain,
minutes
the
to
more
go.
dangerous it will become.
Good to know. Let's get out there.
The water's on fire. That's not natural.
Alright, first stop. Out of the frying pan. No, let's not do that one yet. Oh, there's one right in front of me. I guess we can just roll over there. I'll pick up that quest
An
in front of me.
exothermic reaction from the sulfuric acid coming in contact with water in the atmosphere.
Thankfully, I can do this. I can pick up this quest and not do it later. Okay, God. I'm going to skip the dialogue. I'm going to give you the brief summary on what this quest is. Basically, they both are discover that these sulfur pools are great body dumping grounds. And she wants to study them for like future justice so that law enforcement agencies can more easily track bodies and DNA and basically capture whoever dumped them. And he, the Turian, will just pay you credits for the information. So it's a sort of moral versus practical choice. Since I'm drowning in credits, this is a new game plus. I have 57,000 credits and not a whole hell of a lot to spend it on. Especially guns my level. If I really need to buy a gun without crafting it, that's only like 3,000 credits. So it's a drop in the bucket. So, but I can imagine for your first playthrough, I don't know how much it gives you because I made the same choice before. I don't know how much it gives you. But if you're on a new game, doing this quest and then just giving the information to him will just give you money, which is good for early game, like if you want to buy consumables, mods, stuff like that. It's pretty useful.
Taking in the view?
It's spectacular. These sulfur pools are dumping grounds for bodies.
That's
People
terrible.
hide all sorts of
But she,
evidence out
see,
here.
why is that one emotional? That seems like the terrible would be. I'm gonna go with clever because I'm playing the logical archetype.
Give them credit for putting the land to good use.
My name's Cineris. One day there'll be a reckoning for all these murders.
Yeah.
That's just bleeding heart crusader crap. I'd rather collect whatever's on the bodies.
Yeah, he's basically just a scavenger. So I'm gonna do that after I clean up the pools because the idea behind this quest is it wants you to like very carefully navigate the sulfur pools because they're poisonous. Case in point.
Still
Oh. I didn't mean to do that. I middle clicked when I was trying not to. But yeah, that's exactly the point. The idea is you're supposed to like island hop between stuff and then scan for bodies. But when you clear up with the vault, when you clear up the whole things, you can actually drive and walk through them safely. So that's why, that's just yet another reason I like to prioritize the vaults over everything else. Oh, okay. Come on, buddy. There you go. Just get the freaking weather issues out of the way. Oh, here we go. I can track that now. Can I do it? Nope. Okay, I gotta do that road. It's a long walk. Alright, let's do the road. Do what we're supposed to do.
That exile camp has a high concentration of registered criminals.
Oh dear.
Pathfinder.
They're registered criminals? That's cool. Oh god. I haven't played this in like maybe like a week. Like 5 days. It's been like 5 days since I've played this properly.
Looks like the collective tried to get a ransom out of the outcasts. I wonder if it worked.
The attached nav point has been removed, Pathfinder. I can't determine the exchange location.
Yeah, that was cool. Like, they weren't all headshots, but that was pretty cool. I liked how that one of them like jumped away, and he was like, "Oh shit!" but then kind of stood there like an idiot. So that was funny. And I notice we're at 15 minutes, so you know, y'all know what that means. I'm gonna end this one. I'm actually gonna pause and save, and I'm gonna pull up the internet on my second monitor and get the decryption guides going. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see y'all soon.